Hey guys, and welcome back to Bocho's Brother with Grim Hollow. Today we're going to take a look at the 6 transformations found in the book. Comes with this nice bookmark so you can find your way. So there's 6 transformations. You may think they're a great benefit, but they are in fact perhaps a boon. With great power comes great destruction. This first one is the Aberrant Horror. So, as you can see from the picture, you're gaining some tentacles, claws, bone spurs, sharp teeth. You're pretty much becoming a freak of nature. I think some good figures I'm going to use for characters who choose this path or have it bestowed or cursed upon them will come from my game, The Others, The Seven Deadly Sins. They've got some really good looking aberrations. And this is the Aberrant Horror. And how transformations work is at some point during the storyline, something might happen. There may be a pact made. There may be a bite that happens to the character, as in the case of the vampire or werewolf, or drinking a potion, a curse, any of these things. And the way these work is you have different levels of your transformation. So you're not entirely mutated from the start. You may just have a bone spur coming out of your elbow and some disformation in your face with the Aberrant Horror. And then they level up in progression with your leveling. So like levels 1 to 5, you're going to be at level 1 of your transformation. Levels 5 to 10, you're going to be at level 2. Levels 11 to 16, level 3. And then in that final tier, near the end game, you're transformed into that final 4th transformation of your Aberrant Horror. Okay, so as you can see from the picture, you're able to mutate yourself here. You're able to kind of transform your arm, kind of like in Terminator 2, into a spike, have tentacles lash out, and pretty much a freak of nature. And with all of these transformations, you get some boons, as you can see here. And then at certain milestones throughout the campaign, your DM will let you know through a bit of a story point how you're evolving into this creature. So the transformation level 2, you become a more efficient killer or an otherworldly tendrils, or situational evolution. You don't get all of the benefits. You're going to pick and choose. So no transformation, no Aberrant Horror is going to be exactly the same as another one, because you may choose a different path to go with as you're evolving. Transformation level 3, wings or additional tendrils. And here we got the transformation level 4, and you have the savage. What does that say there? Savage Predator, or the Master of the Deep, or over here, extramorphilic. Kind of hard to read upside down here, but extramorphilic. Am I pronouncing that right? Conditioning. That's the level 4. Look from the image how it's transformed through those 4 stages. And then you have some random thing that's going to happen to your body, either in your legs or your head or your ears or your foot, or you're just becoming this real freak. And this chart lets you see clearly what you're choosing from. So you get this or this from the green, and then there's a negative aspect here. For example, here we have an unstable mutations, and here we have hideous appearance. So just reading that upside down. And here we have the unstable existence, and down here we have the entropic abomination. All right, and then so you're choosing from these. Choose one boon and gain this flaw. So you're just getting to choose one of each of the green and then you're getting a flaw along the way. So as you're evolving, you're also having some negative aspects. Our next transformation is the Fiend. This one is a little bit more devilish. Okay, that other one was a little bit more demonic. I think this one's a little bit more devilish. So thinking more along the lines of Diablo and the 9 hells, as you perhaps have made a pact with a devil along your adventures, knowingly or unknowingly, and your demon or devil patron is going to be transforming you into their likeness. So you could be any race for this. I'm thinking tiefling, but you know, it could happen to a human, a dwarf, anybody who's slowly becoming more of a devilish race. Let's go through those transformations. Transformation level 1. The transformation boon is the Gifts of Damnation. Okay. And here we have a transformational boon, Fiendish Form. So that's where you're starting to look more, maybe getting horns and sharp teeth, a discoloration of the skin, cat eyes, red eyes, these sorts of things. Transformational flaw, Planar Binding. Okay. This is actually one transformation my Tiefling Ranger, who's a Doomstalker, is hopefully going to go through. That's the one I'm aiming for in our campaign, which we're playing in the Underdark. So we're using that Underdark campaign book, Rage of Demons, but in the world of Etheirys instead of in the other realms. So this is mix and match. You can combine to work with your campaign in whatever realm you're in. Okay, let's continue. Transformational level 2. Transformational boon. You have the brand of the Chainer's Gaze. All right. Going on, you have the brand of the Tyrant's Hellfire. And the brand of the Deceiver's Guile. There. The transformations continue. So you're seeing the boons. Those are the benefits. You're going to get to choose one of those benefits. And then you get a flaw. As you're becoming more powerful, you're also getting maybe a hideous appearance. It's not going to be so easy going into a cheerful bar. If you find a pub or, you know, the Golden Pony Inn, and you are looking quite devilish, people are going to perhaps have a problem. Transformation level 3. Here you have the boon, 3 boons. You have the Alluring Deceit. So you'll be able to maybe trick people into not being so fearful of you, or be more convincing, more charismatic, thinking warlock. You have the Infernal Resistance. So probably you're building up a resistance to fire, those things that are found in the 9 hells, maybe fire and ice, perhaps necrotic. The transformation boon of the Netherblade. You can look into that there. And then the flaw, which is the true name. So we all know that devils, if you find out their true name, you can begin to control them, or maybe, you know, get them in trouble. And so you've got this flaw. You can't let anyone find out your true name. Otherwise, you're going to be busted. All right. And then the transformation level 4. Here we'll go through the boons. We have the Commanding Obedience. We have the Brimstone Paralysis. Is that Paralysis? Paralysis? Something like that. And the third boon, the Infernal Summoning. So think about that. Being able to summon in some Ifrits or devils at your beckon and command and send them into combat. So in this 4th level transformation, you're really becoming quite the hellish creature. Maybe going to Avernus. Maybe, I mean, my dream is to combine this transformation with the campaigns we're playing in the Underdark and in the Baldur's Gate Avernus campaign. So that's going to be next level. The flaw, pull of the netherworld. So people may be able to banish you out there, back into the hells. You're going to have a harder time living in the regular world with other humans, dwarves, elves, and the like. All right, here you see the chart again. You have the fiend transformation progression. Again, you're choosing one of these, and then you get the flaw. You get one of these here, and then the hideous appearance. You get to choose one of these here, and then the true name, and so on. I believe also you're able to, if you don't like any of the selection from here and wanted a second selection from one of the previous levels, you can take 2 from this level 2 and skip the level 3 to give yourself a very customized transformation upgrade. All right, you guys ready for the next transformation? We're halfway through. Now, most of these transformations are monstrosities. I believe there's only one, which would be more of a paladin-like hero, right? Because we have the abomination, the aberrant horror there in the beginning. We have the fiend, which we just went through. And now we have the lich, which is an undead. Someone who wants to live forever. Liches are intelligent, but they can go a little insane, and they live for many years, centuries. If they're killed, they go back to their phylactery, which is hidden somewhere. And so you get a whole slew of the background of what being a lich is about, and how one might go about having that happen to them. In the transformation level 1, what do we have? Harvester of Souls. Harvester of Souls. Oh, yeah. So now we're dealing with death, right? Before we were dealing with demons, fiends, hellish creatures. Now we're talking about the realm of death. You know, under the world, darkness, cold, and souls. So here, able to start harvesting souls, or having an undead form. You're looking a little bit more like your cheekbones are showing, teeth are starting to appear out of your ripped mouth, your body's starting to decay. Again, that's not going to make it so easy to go into the Golden Pony Inn and order a drink with your friends. So it's changing your gameplay, changing what problems you're going to run into and how you're going to survive. All right. And then we have the flaw is the phylactery. So anybody finds out where your ashes, you know, your porcelain jar or whatever you have your ashes in, your phylactery in, that your body will regenerate to, or your soul will go to, then they would be able to destroy you if they find that phylactery, or they could find it and then extort from you or force you to do things, threatening you that they would destroy your phylactery if you don't do it. Level 2 transformations of the Lich. Boon, you have the Puppet Master. Master of Puppets! Yeah! I'm feeling it with the Lich. I'm feeling the Metallica with the Lich. Right? So you have these skeletons, necromancer magic, raising dead, controlling souls, and now you have Master of Puppets. The other boon here is the Lich mode of the Arcane. Is that right? I'm reading upside down, everybody, so bear with me. Lichdom of the Arcane. All right, getting more powerful in the arcane magics. Another boon here, Rift to the Dreadscape. Rift to the Dreadscape, right? Escape there to the necrotic lands. What's it called? Perhaps the Shadowfell. I'm just in that section of Critical Role now, around episode 104, where they are dealing, in fact, with the Lich, the King Lich of them all, Vecna. Right? Do you want to be Vecna? Well, get this book and you can turn into Vecna at some point. It's going to take eons. It's going to take getting up to level 20, but you have a way there with this transformation. Here's another flaw, a hideous appearance. So we went from having the undead body-like features to actually becoming quite hideous, more mummy-like. I imagine you're losing your nose, you're losing your lips and cheeks, and teeth are showing, your eyes are glowing. You're almost fully undead at that point before getting into that transformation level 3, where you have the boon of Relentless Undead. So that's sending out, minions, maybe hordes of skeletons and zombies to attack your enemies. Here you have another boon, the Arcane Supremacy. So that's the path of the arcane. We have the path of the dead, the path of the arcane. That's your awesome spell power, word kill, death, suffocation spells, all that good necromantic spell ability and arcane. And then we have another boon here, Staff of the Dreadscape. And that's going into that Shadowfell world and beyond. And the flaw, Necromantic Dystrophy. Necromantic Dystrophy. Check that out. So you're having problems. You're kind of going insane at this point because you're dead, right? Let's read a few of these. You cannot use the dash, dodge, or disengage action. You cannot use these actions as bonus action. You cannot use your reaction to make opportunity attacks. You cannot disguise your hideous form feature. All right, so you thought, I'll just get by being the Lich by covering myself up with a hood and stuff, and I'll just use illusions to make people think I'm a normal human. Not anymore, my friends. Everybody knows you're a Lich at this point, and you haven't even reached level 4 yet, because at level 4, let's see what happens. You become Lord of the Undead as a boon option, or the Arcane Omniscience. So you see these clear distinctions. You've got the Undead, the Arcane, and from the third, you have Deathly Being. Of the boons, and the flaw is Weight of the Ages. The weight of time has deranging for your Lich from and only the... Oh, this is difficult to read upside down, guys. Let me turn it to the side. Consumption of many souls can stay its effects. If you go more than 24 hours without converting 8 CR worth of souls from your phylactery into spell slots, you gain the following effects. 3 bullet points. Look, you cannot use the attack action. If you move on your turn, you cannot use a bonus action or reaction until your next turn. And if you use a bonus action on your turn, your speed becomes 0 until your next turn. So you need to be slaying things, CR ratings 8, a total of CR 8 points of CR. Otherwise, you're going to be having problems. Here you have the pictures of the Lich in its final form. And here, those 4 levels where you're choosing 1 of the green and getting 1 flaw. All right. In the beginning, your flaw is having the phylactery, but you're a harvester of souls, or you have the undead form. In the second level, you're getting that hideous appearance, but perhaps the puppet master or the lichdom of the arcane, and so on. And the level 3, you have the necromantic dystrophy, and at the very end, the weight of the ages in level 4, and some very powerful necromancer magic as the Lich. So, well on your way to becoming Vecna. We'll go ahead and cut our video there and do the other 3 in our next video on transformations. Thank you so much. Comment below if there's a specific section of the book you'd like me to focus on, as we are in the dead of winter now, up in the north, where I'm reporting to you from on Grim Hollow. Bye for now.